Brothers, I don't know how many of you are aware, but in the United States, we have, we have the Democrats shutting down the government and withholding funds from DHS, Border Patrol. They're withholding funds from the TSA, and that has caused a lot of different problems. You see, the TSA helps to, in their own way, make sure that airlines are secure. And so, with their absence, there has been a noticeable decrease in the time that you get through the checkpoint. So, there's a noticeable increase in the amount of time it takes. There's a noticeable decrease in the amount of time that you're able to get through. So, what Trump is doing is he's saying, you know what, fine, you want to withhold fund from TSA? You want to hurt people flying? Okay. We are going to move ICE agents into the role of TSA. And because ICE is already funded, we're going to have them do the job. Oh, and by the way, any illegal that is caught coming into the country or going out of the country, they're going to be arrested and deported. So the Democrats are trying to play these dirty games, and Trump comes in and goes, no. If you don't want to fund the TSA, we're going to use ICE agents to do it. Which I think is crazy. It's a bold move.
This morning, President Trump said he'd be putting ICE agents at airports for security. That is, of course, big if, Democrats don't come to some sort of a funding agreement for DHS. Now, this is wait times and frustrations are growing at airports all across the country as the DHS shutdown rages on. It has been a real mess for those of us who travel. And who better to tell us all about that than Dana Marie McNichols?
So that is a huge development. That you have ICE that's being sent in. And by the way, the memes from this are already pouring in. And guys, So, the memes from this are already spectacular. People are already having fun with it. And I think, once again, this has backfired on the Democrats spectacularly because they thought they were going to be able to weaponize this emergency in order to get what they want. But Trump is coming in and saying, no, we're going to create an emergency for you and your mentally ill anti-American fan base. So, essentially, you have ICE agents that are going to be taking over the role of the TSA. And Trump said it himself in his post, if there are any illegal criminal aliens that we encounter, that we flag, we're just going to deport them right there from the airport. We're literally going to send them there to do two jobs. And so I imagine Democrats are going to fold. I imagine they're going to fold pretty quickly. I don't think it's going to take very long. So, very, very interesting development. You know, these people are playing checkers while Trump is playing chess, as they say. But what a fascinating turn. When you really think about it, what a maneuver. And so, by the way, as you would expect, the left is melting down.
days after an incident in which an ICE agent scanned her face while she was observing them on the streets. Ars Technica is reporting that 56-year-old Minnesota resident Nicole Cleland was volunteering with a group that tracks potential ICE and Border Patrol vehicles in the neighborhood when she observed a white Dodge Ram being driven by federal agents. She said she followed the car for a short time from a safe distance when two other vehicles being driven by federal agents stopped in front of the Dodge Ram and blocked her path. An agent then exited the vehicle and told her that they had performed facial recognition on her and said that she was impeding their work, warning that if she did it again, she would be arrested. She drove away, and then 3 days later, she received an email notification that her global entry and TSA pre-check privileges for airport security had been revoked, with a message telling her that she may have been found in violation of customs and immigration regulations. Federal agents have been known to be using this facial recognition software during these recent raids. Cleland has since filed a declaration about ICE's actions with the district court in Minnesota. We're going to stay on top of this all and more, so spread the word. And
so basically, it's an FAFO situation. And so yeah, these people are furious. Let's see. Okay, here we got CNN. President Trump says he will deploy ICE agents to U.S. airports on Monday if an agreement isn't reached to fund the Department of Homeland Security amid a partial government shutdown. So yeah, essentially, you fund our thing, or we're gonna send ICE agents, and that'll be a whole other thing for these people. Wow, that would make all the Democrats happy they didn't fund Homeland Security. I did that. Yeah. Checkmate. Free healthcare for illegals or the country gets it. True. Please, Donald, stop. Yeah. An ice cold glass of deportation. Funding standoff delays. Yeah. It's pretty incredible. ICE in airports means real enforcement. No more fake IDs. No more loopholes. No more pretending the border isn't open. So, no matter how you look at it, this is a boneheaded play from the Democrats. It's backfiring. We'll see if they continue. We'll see if it continues. But, frankly, the Democrats are pissed about this. And they have nobody to blame but themselves. Trump has threatened to send ICE agents to U.S. airports to round up the worst of the worst, to act as TSA agents. Will they be masked? Dems have offered to fund TSA, FEMA, Coast Guard separately while negotiating ICE reforms, but Republicans have blocked those bills. Yeah, they have no obligation to play their stupid, dirty games. You fund them all, or you get nothing. We have Elon who will fund TSA or ICE can step in. Either you do it as a standalone or go away. Your demands are irrelevant. Yeah, that is true. Elon Musk did say that he would be willing to fund TSA agents himself. Fake news headline. Long lines at TSA due to ICE deployment. Airline travel drops 10%. Trump is to blame. Airline passengers fear for their life as ICE descends on airports nationwide. Yeah, these are the sort of headlines that you see that are popping up. Why doesn't President Trump just rehire TSA as ICE agents? That's an interesting idea, too. I hadn't considered that. What if Trump were to just hire the TSA agents as ICE agents? Interesting. Very, very tricky maneuver. I don't think it would be that simple, but that is interesting. Maybe taking the TSA out completely and having it be part of ICE. You know, technically it is immigration, customs, and enforcement. So yeah, having the TSA be part of ICE and having them be under their purview and umbrella. That could be a pretty smart maneuver, I have to say. Well done. Well thought. As TSA wait times increase amid shutdown. Let me pull this up. As TSA wait times increase amid shutdown, President Trump said this weekend he'd move ICE agents to do airport security if a funding bill isn't passed soon. So, guys, this is the current state of the border. That ICE agents now have so much free time they can just go and be TSA agents. No, it's a little bit tongue-in-cheek, but you get my point. These people in ICE can absolutely go and do the job if Democrats don't want to fund them. If Democrats don't want to fund the TSA because they're playing some stupid political game, you know what? Do it. Send it ICE. Make it the worst situation for them possible, where not only are you clearing up the congestion that they're trying to build up, but you also can deport more criminal illegal aliens. Anyway, because honestly, you don't need that many TSA agents. You don't need that many agents. You think about how many ICE agents you need. You don't need that many agents. You could have a couple thousand across the country at the key airports. Because that's really what you need. You really only need them at the key airports. The big time airports, you send a couple thousand of them across the country, you should be good. Anyway, brothers, that'll do it for this video. I want to thank you for watching. I want to thank you for supporting the channel, and I'll see you next time.